Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have swatches for you from the Casino Night collection from Colores de Carol. I also have a Patriotic Duo from them as well as an addition to their highlights collection. So I have a total of 8 polishes to share with you today that are available right now. In the description box below, I will link the Colores de Carol site, I will link their Instagram page, and I will link my Instagram page where you can see more swatches of everything from today's video. You can also save 10% by using my coupon code. It is here on the screen as well as in the description box below. I don't have an affiliate with it. It is just 10% off for you for saying a thank you for watching my video. So without further ado, we have 8 shades to look at today, and let's go ahead and get started. So starting with the Casino Night collection, we have Queen of Hearts, and this is described as a white crelly base with a micro red hollow glitter, small red dots, hot pink matte glitter, ultra chrome chameleon flakies, and red mini hearts. So here's our first coat of Queen of Hearts. This does cover pretty well here on this first coat. It's obviously not completely opaque, so I am going to build it up with a second coat. Formula on this one is good, not too thick or too thin. It doesn't want to run or pool as long as you go in for a moderately thick coat. The primary glitter that you're getting out with this one is those itty bitty little micro glitters. So if you want some of the larger ones, more of the larger ones, you might want to hold the bottle upside down before swatching. So this is completely opaque in 2 coats. You will want a glossy top coat to smooth everything out. It does dry slightly textured because of the glitter, and because of the glitter, it is also going to be pretty difficult to remove. If you don't like that, you will want a peel off base coat for this. So there is 2 coats. So up next we have All In, and this is described as a bright corally red with ultra chrome chameleon flakies and iridescent flakies. Here is our first coat of All In. This one covers really well here on this first coat, almost opaque in 1. The camera, since this one is so bright, is blowing out my nail line a little bit though, so I still was able to see it more in person than you can see here on camera. Formula is good, no running, pooling, or staining. You get a good amount of those flakies out without having to hold the bottle upside down or anything of that sort. So this is opaque in 2 coats for me. You will want a glossy top coat for this because it dries down not only dull but super slightly textured because of the flakes that are in here, but those flakes aren't going to be difficult to remove whatsoever. So there is 2 coats. Up next we have High Rollers, and this is described as a deep green base with an Aurora shimmer and a magnetic ultra chrome chameleon flaky that goes from a red to green to gold. Here is our first coat of High Roller. So this one's a little sheer here on this first coat. Formula is good. It's a little bit thinner than the previous 2 polishes that we've looked at, but as long as you work in moderately thick coats, you won't have any kind of running or pooling. This one I also had no staining with, and the flakes that are in here come out nice and easily, and they stand out beautifully. So here's our second coat, and that is opaque in 2 coats for me. I am magnetizing these. I did hold that magnet on for about 15 seconds per nail between each nail. This one also looks really, really beautiful though without the magnet. This is going to dry down dull, so you will want a glossy top coat to finish this off, but nothing in here is going to dry textured, and nothing in here is going to be difficult to remove. So there is 2 coats. Up next we have Roll the Dice, and this is described as a turquoise shade with shimmer and ultra chrome chameleon flakies. Here's our first coat of Roll the Dice. So this one's a little bit patchy and sheer on the first coat. Formula feels good though, not too thick or too thin, no running, pooling, or staining. I also had no trouble getting those flakies out. They did come out nice and easily, and they lie nice and evenly distributed across the nail easily as well. So here is our second coat, and that does cover completely for me on 2 coats. This one though is borderline needing a third. Depending on your application, you might need to go in for a 3rd coat. This one is going to dry slightly textured because of the larger flakes that are in there. You will want a glossy top coat to finish that off, but it's not going to be difficult to remove. So there is 2 coats. And lastly, from the Casino Night collection, we have Spin the Wheel, and this is described as a black base with a purple to pink shimmer and iridescent purple flakies. So here's our first coat of Spin the Wheel. So this one is pretty sheer on the first coat. Formula is a little bit thin again. Like the green one, if you work in too thick of a coat, you might have running and pulling into the cuticles, so you do want to work this one as thin as you're comfortable with. So here's our second coat, and that does cover completely in 2 coats for me. This is another one though that depending on your application, you may want to go in for a 3rd coat. This one is going to dry down dull and slightly textured, so you will want a glossy top coat to finish this off, but as this is flakes as opposed to glitter, nothing in here is going to be difficult to remove. You shouldn't need pure acetone or peel off base coat. So there is 2 coats. So moving on to the Patriotic Duo, we have Let Freedom Ring, and this is described as a milky white crelly base with red, white, blue, and silver glitters in various shapes and sizes. Alright, so here is our first coat of One Nation. So this one, I had a bit of trouble getting the glitter out. There's a lot of it in there, and it's a lot that's stuck to the sides of the bottle. I did shake it up, and I did hold the bottle upside down. Some nails, as you will see, got more than others, and I'm not really sure. I guess you could do fishing for that glitter, but I decided to show how it applied normally. So that white base is just about opaque in 2 coats, and I did want more glitter, so I am going to go in for a 3rd coat. This one is going to dry down textured because of the glitter that's in here, and it is also going to be a little bit difficult to remove. Some nails more so than others, like this one where I'm getting the chunkier and more glitter. So here is our 3rd coat, and that does cover completely in 3 coats for me. These glitters also, you will want to manipulate them just a little bit to get them to go where you want them on the nail, so every nail kind of looks nice and cohesive. But it's not difficult to do so, as that is said. So there is 3 coats. The other polish in this duo is called One Nation, and this is described as a clear base with red, white, blue, silver, and holographic glitters in various shapes and sizes. Here is Let Freedom Ring. On my pinky and ring finger, I'm going to build up 3 coats to show you what that looks like, and then on my remaining 2 fingers, I'm going to layer it over a One Nation. Formula on this is really good and smooth, no running, pulling, anything of that sort. This is going to dry pretty textured because it is all glitter, so you will want a glossy top coat to go over this, and definitely a peel off base coat if you're going to build it up on its own. If you layer it over a cream, it's not going to be super duper difficult to remove. This is going to shine nicely over just about anything that you put it over, more so over the darker shades, but then you would lose some of those darker glitter. So there is 1 and 3 coats. And the last polish I have for you today is called Now or Never, and this is in addition to the highlights collection that I reviewed on my channel a while back. This is described as neon coral red with shimmer and hollow dust. And here's our first coat of Now or Never. So this covers pretty well here on this first coat, much like the shade All In from the Casino collection though. This color does blow my camera out just a little bit, so the nail line that you see is more prominent in person than on camera. So here on 2 coats, it is going to look completely opaque to you. To me, I could not only see some nail line, but some darker spots as well. So a 3rd coat I do think is necessary for this one. This is going to dry down dull, so you will want a glossy top coat to finish this off, but nothing in here is going to dry textured or be difficult to remove. Also with this one, the shimmer and hollow that are in here I feel don't stand out nearly as well as it did in the rest of the highlights collection, so just bear that in mind. It is slightly different in some way, shape, or form. So there is 3 coats. So my favorite of today's video is called Roll the Dice. I enjoy this speckled look so much that I get from this. It reminds me of an Easter egg, but it's also a beautiful wintry shade. It goes through the summer. It's definitely high spring, so this is something that I would wear about 75% of the year, and I love it so much. Has a really good formula. Everything in the collection had a really good formula. Everything in today's video did, but this is definitely the standout for me. And guys, that is it. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of these polishes. Let me know if you plan on picking any of them up, and let me know what your favorite was. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you'd like to see more from me, and I will talk to you again next time. Bye.